And we are back. It belongs at a museum. The thing that the crew are trying to steal right now.
Arguable.
You naughty buggers. Well, this is War of the Crow Season 2, Episode something. We are in the middle of a score. It is very tense. The Bluecoats are knocking down the door of the museum. The crew have not yet got the Scarab in their hands. It is in the room, though. It is beyond the glass of the nice Eruvian display. And you've just got convinced that guard guy to go and convince the Bluecoats. Well, he didn't convince the Bluecoats. He slowed them down for you.
Yeah.
But there is still the clock of the Bluecoats barging in.
Do we get to see it yet?
You do not get to see the clock.
Oh,
the clock
but
is still
we're
hidden.
We're so in the mix now, though. You know, we can. I think we get a sense of when they're coming. Surely.
The audience can see the clock, but you cannot.
Well, I'll go on the stream then.
Don't stream snipe.
Metagaming to the ultimate degree.
Lovely. That's a very nice piece of art.
That is
good,
yeah.
And I should like to also remind you that Saffron and Friedrich, you are wounded. So please remember, because you immediately forgot after the fact last week. I don't think it came into
well, I don't feel
importance.
I don't feel like Saffron being scorched is slows him down too much. He's had worse.
I have a level 1 harm, which I recorded as electro-scorched. From a Mark 1 electro-scorcher built into the window.
Yes.
Exactly.
And windows.
Apparently I need to remind everyone at the beginning of every session about beliefs, heritage, goals, inner conflict, trauma, background, and vice if they want any XP. And I also need to remind you apparently of assisting, pushing yourself, resisting consequences, devil's bargains, and all the other mechanics that you have.
Exchanging position for effect.
Exchanging position for effect, yeah. Using your items.
It is. I mean, this is our first time playing this game, so I mean, these are things we should be reminded of every week. I mean, we've barely even touched the system at any point, so you know.
Yeah, you're still in the tutorial.
1 year in.
Yeah, when we get to
season, tutorial. 10.
When season 2 ends, we'll get like a little picture come up on the stream, like, congratulations, you completed the tutorial for Blades in the Dark.
You're now free to wander.
You're now free to wander the open world. OP reveals he's written 3 novels in that time.
Yes, this is actually a tiny little island next to a huge continent. Well, let's just jump straight back into it. You are in the exhibit of the Scarab. You have one guard unconscious at your feet. The other guard has just gone to slow up the Bluecoats. What do you do? And Silas has just texted you, being like, "Be there in a minute."
He found a ground floor window and hopped through it.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Go through a ground floor window. Genius. He
was just held up doing some. They were fighting. He was just fighting, probably, wasn't he? That's what he does. Got a bit carried away.
For realsies, do we have a read on Silas? He's not coming through the skylight.
Can you imagine him dangling down, Mission Impossible style?
Yeah.
Super stealthily.
I think he could have caught up. Maybe he was doing a detour on the way to the score.
Detour.
Got held up.
Detour on the score.
He jumps through the window.
Yeah, it might have been. Maybe he was doing some additional scoping out and had to shake a tail.
I like that. There are two. Time is pressing. We have a master burglar, and we have Lorenzo who can lay down covering fire, and I have a couple of smoke bombs. So, actually, shit, no, I don't have a smoke bomb, do I? Because I've used all my shit. Wait, did I? Oh shit. Yep. No, I've got a grenade in the trouser. No, I've got nothing left to throw. I don't have smoke bombs. I'm trying to think of things we could do to help to hold up the guards any further. It's surely Friedrich crack on with getting that Scarab out of there, right? Using my decoy tinfoil machination.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as the persuasion worked with the guard, Friedrich kind of like shakes his head at the retreating guard, like, easy. And then hurries to the case for the Scarab and starts doing his normal kind of investigation routine, right? Looks all the way around, looks around the basing of the casing to see if there's any kind of clever sparkcraft shit going on. Basically, bomb disposal kind of thing, like checking out all of the stages, planning out his approach, whacks out his burglary tools and lays out a little leather roll on the ground. He's like, you know what to do. Cover me. I'll be as quick as I can. And then I guess he will attempt to get the fuck in there with some finesse. But if there's a particular kind of process you wanted to follow, GM, I will roll as appropriate.
I think finesse works. I imagine there's a way to open the glass that is in front of it to get into the exhibit. So yeah, I say finesse works.
All right.
It'd probably be a lock of some description. I think all the security would have been on the outside walls rather than on the inside, but you ignore quality locks anyway.
I do. Yes, I'm not affected by quality or tier when bypassing security measures.
I suppose. I mean, honestly, it might be best for Saffron to just help. I mean, again, with tinkering and stuff. If it's not just locks, I mean, I can certainly help. If that's what we're up against. If it isn't just a padlock, no. But if there are wires being cut, I'm sure tinkering comes in handy for this kind of thing.
Yeah, I was.
Or is it pure lock?
I was sort of hoping that Friedrich's background as a master burglar would allow him at least to identify if there was a weird sparkcraft thing involved, and therefore be able to call out to Saffron if that were the case. So that was my first step. But from what OP said,
sounds basic.
You could do a survey, but that will take up time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So slow and steady, or quick and efficient.
That's what I'm thinking. If I come in to help, could my help be kind of like almost taking up that element of it, the scouring for more technicalities, while Friedrich's actually doing the actual nitty gritty of the lock picking? Is that a fair resolution? We think.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I will help.
Okay. Just one stress for you then, sir.
One stress for me. Oh God, that's one stress left before I draw. There you go. So have extra dice on your finesse roll.
Nice.
I need to be there anyway because I've got the old replica, so I'll slowly hand that to you as you're gonna do the old.
Yeah, we have got the replica to do.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's going to be like an extra finesse check, really, because that's a. I don't know. We'll see. Right.
The whole thing is a one kind of action all in one roll, right? The thing is you're cracking it open and swapping it out. That's my. I know we like to try and streamline things, right? DM.
Wasn't the replica quite botched?
Oh yeah,
drawing
it's
was rubbish.
It's really bad. If there is a pressure plate, it's gonna set off an alarm.
No. It doesn't look great. It's got the right mass and density. It's a fine replica. It just doesn't. I got a 4 in my roll.
It's like an elephant instead of a scarab.
Yes.
I think. I think.
I rolled a 5.
I think your characters would know by now, because they know there's been intruders. If they see nothing is taken, they will probably do a thorough, itemization, check all the artifacts.
Sure.
So maybe you would think maybe the replica thing is probably maybe not worth doing.
Could do you think we'd think of that in the universe, and then we could smash the other glass containers in the room to make it look like a smash and grab?
Well, I have a thing I was planning to do. It all depends on time, though. So, depending on time, I wanted to start inventing when I thought it was a control effect. I wanted to do the whole, we're trying to instill fear and leave a name for ourselves. I wanted to kind of, leave a bit of a mark, leave daubed on the wall like you've been it by the Emporium, kind of get a bit of that going. I started doing our proper, fear mongering, really kind of drill that in. So, if we have time,
those sound like decisions that people other than Friedrich are making, and
Yes.
also which will be somewhat dependent on
Secondary
whether
objective.
Friedrich's next action causes a massive alarm to go off.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. But I agree, Laurie. I'm with you, Laurie. If all goes well, we got time. Yeah, let's smash some shit up. Let's make a ruckus on our way out.
Saffron wants to wreck.
Someone always wants to wreck.
I'll run behind your wrecking.
So are we risky or are we desperate?
Let's see here. And this is the roll to open up the casing and get at the Scarab. I'm gonna say desperate.
Nice little bit of XP there.
Is that because of the police coming around the corner?
Well,
Maybe
maybe not.
Standard, because I'm not affected by tear.
Yes, standard.
Lovely. And I get a bonus dice from Safi helping me out.
You do.
Taffy
Here we
Saffy.
go. Oh,
Well, it is a success with
Jesus
a consequence.
Christ.
Just very barely.
So what happens is, Friedrich, you open up the so basically it's like a walled off segment of the room with a glass wall in front, and then they've got like a whole area where it looks like an Aruvian ancient temple or something, and they've got the Scarab straight in the middle as a centerpiece, and they've got some other bits and bobs and some palm trees and whatever. So you manage to open the lock in the glass door in the glass wall to get inside. You gingerly make your way towards the Scarab, and you Indiana Jones it. You take the Scarab. And are you putting the replica?
yeah.
Okay.
We made it. We might as well.
Yeah. So you put the replica down. As you turn to leave the area, your elbow brushes some sort of Eruvian ancient urn, and suddenly you are no longer inside the museum. You are in the middle of a vast desert.
Whoa.
And the rest of you see Friedrich just suddenly stand still and start doing the John Travolta looking around.
I wish I'd saved some.
I knew he was a
slots.
good cat burglar, but didn't realise he was going to get out quite so quickly.
Oh, Silas, what did you get here?
Oh, you didn't see me. Sorry, I was a little late.
Oh, it's
Seemed to have
fine.
missed all the fun.
We've been absolutely fine. Don't even worry about it. Yeah. Do we?
Okay.
This is a good time to remind you about resistance rolls to resist complications.
Yes.
Maybe. I'll give it a go, because otherwise we're gonna have to find a way to get me back, or
Yeah, it would probably be like a check or a roll to get you to come to your senses and shake off the weird magic.
So to us, we don't know this has happened. He just looks confused.
Yep.
Like he doesn't know where he is suddenly.
Okay. This is not going to go well, because none of my resolve skills are good.
Can so this is magical. It's not like a. Okay, it's not a chemical effect. It's like a spell that's happened to him.
We don't know.
He's brushed an urn and then he's just suddenly thinks he's
An
in a
old
desert.
dawnless.
Is there this kind of magic in the world?
Apparently.
Fair enough.
I mean, Friedrich's surroundings certainly suggest so.
Yeah, unless it's some sort of hallucinogenic.
Well, this is what I'm
Trap.
thinking. So I could have, if I was able to know, and it would be quite unstable, I guess, I could have another bandolier of alchemicals on me as another part of my load. I still have enough space for it in my light. So I could have some alkahest on me, which is a fluid that stops the effects of other alchemicals. So if it is some kind of drug that's affected him, I could potentially give him an antidote. But I'm wondering about the validity of being able to determine instantly, oh, he's been drugged, here we go. It's a
We
bit
don't
of
know
I'm
if
trying to think.
That sounds like a
don't.
really good solution if I can't pass this roll, which is very likely.
Go for it.
I think from looking at the resolve descriptions, it's probably the closest thing is a tune, just because that's all about channeling electroplasmic enemy energy, communicating with ghosts, understanding spectrology.
When you
It doesn't make a lot of difference because I have no pips in any of them.
Yeah.
when you resist the roll, don't you just go for the first column of pips?
Yes. Are you resisting Friedrich, or are you? Okay, yes.
Yeah, I'll try and. Sorry, I forgot that was how that worked. Thanks, sorry. I will try and resist. It's still 0 pips.
Yeah. So just click resolve.
Nope. No.
So
Okay. Well, so what? So you are you resisting this like in terms of spending stress to resist, or are you like rolling resolve?
I
Check.
assumed I was spending stress to resist the consequence. Because I don't know how. Yeah, I don't think there's enough in Friedrich's current situation where he would like have the wherewithal to be like, right, I'm going to think about magic now and get myself out. You know, I think it's more like the inherent in the moment thing of, oh, this is not real, which feels more like the mechanical spend stress to resist. But in any case, I failed.
No.
but
See,
what-
so with resisting a consequence, it always succeeds, but you suffer 6 stress minus the highest die result. So
Just one.
it does cost you 5 stress, but you do resist the consequence. So it takes a lot out of you, but you're like, no, I am in the middle of a heist of my life.
So that fills my stress to full.
Oh,
So that gives me a trauma, right?
it does.
Can I be scared of Egypt forever?
It's another
Just be really,
anti-Iruvian.
really terrified of the Scarab.
No,
I've
no,
got
it's-
it,
I'm
but I
afraid
hate it.
you're scared of jars, I'm afraid.
This
That's
is your
your
Anakin. This is your Anakin Skywalker story. Hate sand. It's coarse and rough.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, okay, so you can cold, haunted, obsessed, paranoid, reckless, soft, unstable, or vicious.
Maybe it's just museums. You're like paranoid about museums going forward.
That's too
Niche.
We can be
yeah,
paranoid
too
about
interesting.
magical objects in general.
Yeah, magical items. Yeah.
Oh, but that's too tragic because that's his biggest love.
Well, it's kind of
What?
it's kind of fun in a conflict. Ooh, it's kind of
Oh.
cool.
I think maybe. Maybe all sand, like
Maybe.
Lawrie was saying.
Or maybe obsessed. He's
Jars.
obsessed with like learning how it works or something.
Oh, that's way better. That's much more positive, but still crippling.
Yeah.
Like now, all I can
What
think
happened?
about
Imagine if that
is
happened.
finding out what the fuck that was
Yeah.
and getting back and understanding it.
If you were on your deathbed, that'd be the biggest question in your mind if you never figured that out.
I love that.
That's pretty cool.
Nice one, Lawrie.
No problem.
Okay, I'm adding that to my notes here.
It's just whether or
Maybe-
not I'm interested to know if that was just a particular drug that was released and it's just something very simple like trance
It could
powder or
Easily be.
or,
and we'll
or
never
dreams
know
or
now.
dream smoke.
So it does say when you suffer trauma, you're taken out of action.
Ooh.
You're left for dead or otherwise dropped out of the current conflict, only to come back later, shaken and drained. When you return, you have 0 stress and your vice has been satisfied for your next downtime.
No,
like
better
that.
not.
That's good.
So
Sure.
I think normally with stuff like that and stuff like level 3 harm, it's normally like you're part of the score, but you can't roll action rolls or anything like that. So
Sure, we're now carrying you out on our shoulders, basically. I say our shoulders, Silas' shoulders.
Yeah.
Thank goodness you're here, Silas. We've got a very important job for you. Here, here's Friedrich.
yes, I'll hold your coffee for you. You
I mean, even though you got your wheelchair, which
Yeah, so I left it outside the window. We couldn't get it through the.
ah,
It's not got hover bits on, remember yet?
no accessibility in this museum. God damn it!
No, I know.
Terrible.
well, there is through the front door, but you chose to. Silas wasn't there to tell you to use the front door.
Ground floor window, baby.
So I think as Friedrich kind of like returns to his surroundings and then falters, sort of wavers like this, holding the scarab in one hand. I imagine you go to assist, and then at that moment you start hearing the barks of dogs outside. As the
Yeah, I'll grab the
bluecoats-
scarab. As he's falling, I just grab out of his hand as he flops down.
Friedrich has no influence on anything now. He's like he'll go along with us when we flee, and he will run and he can respond to commands and everything, but he won't speak. But he will not surrender the scarab. He's clutching onto it for dear life, and he will.
Fair. There's more joy to fall in it and break it. It's probably help, mate.
I like the idea that for you it was like 4, 5, 6 hours in the desert, and that was the so traumatic thing. And all you were doing was like walking around, like clutching the scarab, like asking it to take you home.
That's gnarly.
Now he's like
cool.
really dehydrated, even though that was just
Like,
5
it's
minutes.
been like a
30
split second.
seconds.
Probably like a second or two, wasn't it?
When you read End of the Death Part 2, Olly, you will remember that concept of being lost in something parallel and incomprehensible and meaningless and soul crushing for an indeterminate, almost eternal amount of time.
I get that every day at work, mate.
Lose yourself.
Yeah.
Hey.
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 Sounds like a Wednesday to me. Captain. All right, cool. Well, you can start to hear the blue coats barking for the guard to get out of the way so they can search the museum.
Lorenzo, give me a boost.
Lorenzo's just by the door, like keeping an eye on the street. By the way,
Yeah, I think you can hear this conversation quite loudly, and the guard kind of losing the like realizing that maybe this one coin isn't worth, getting truncheoned in the face.
And not getting blown up.
Yeah.
Remember? Thank you.
That sounds like the carrot and the stick.
It is the
It
carrot and the
was very
stick.
much the carrot and the stick. He had a knife to his throat.
Do we have an escape plan?
Yeah, the window.
Back out the
The
way?
window.
Oh,
The window.
Yes.
in
Friedrich
true
had no
Blades
idea, so
fashion,
Alex suggests the window and running away.
Saffron
Run
says someone
away.
give him a boost. Run away! Run away!
probably got a getaway boat somewhere, right?
Gotta get away wheelchair. Saffron's fine.
Faster than God.
If God's as fast as a carriage.
As faster than a carriage.
Faster than, which again, it's so ambiguous that a lot of faster than a carriage could be light speed. It is still faster than a carriage.
Yeah, it's between a carriage and
Concorde.
FTL
Concorde.
times 50.
Somewhere in
I
that
was
range.
collecting even more reasons never to play Warhammer with Mikey because he's going to be the ultimate overwritten, even if you interpret it in an insane way.
So it's not quite written like this, so that could mean.
Doesn't say I can't pick up my models and place them over here when I like.
Right, the window. Someone give Saffron a boost. Do we need to...
No one do it.
Do we take a group action to retreat, or can we just retreat?
You may need a group action if you want to retreat whilst avoiding the big group of blue coats at the front entrance. We'll be covering the street.
Yes. Then
do that. Then
does Friedrich still
who's
roll?
the lead? But not in a who's got the best running away skill way. In a who's nearest the window leading the way. Feels like Lorenzo was by the window, right? Keeping watch.
Like at the door, watching down the street.
Wait,
Silas can be if Lorenzo was watching the.
I think Silas is the one leg in the window, isn't he?
Internal. Yeah, he's probably just arrived. Just seen this bizarre thing happen. Got in. Friedrich's turned into a vegetable. Would you say it's time to go?
Yes.
Yeah, how much longer do we need?
Saw some blue coats on the way in.
Yes, let's go. I'd love to leave our mark, but I'll save them for next test.
Silas can lead the group action to escape then. A prowl action.
Mm-hmm. I think Friedrich would count as an automatic failure, so that'd be a stress. But you are as you help him
to do it anyway, right? And then one for each failure. Does it want to do it?
No stress to do it.
Okay, just all right. I'll tally the stresses at the end.
I have a pip and prowl, so that's good.
You take a stress for each failure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Couldn't remember if there was a buy-in as well.
Yeah, each person who
desperate actually. I think it'd be.
Oh, this is controlled. I think this is pretty controlled.
Say desperate, yeah.
XP all round.
I think standard. Risky. Not because I don't want to give you all a point of XP.
Except for
just for running away.
We ran away so well, guys.
I mean, you're
you're
sort of hoisted by your own petard here because the blue coats are still held up by this one guard who's afraid his nads are going to be blown off.
Yeah, we fucking nailed it, mate. Right, prowl.
Can I trade position for effect?
No.
Very effective. We just need to get a score. Prowl, risky, standard. Booyah. Fine. Good. Success.
Nice. Yeah, no extra stress then.
So just the one for Friedrich.
Yeah. Silas and Lorenzo both rolling 6s.
Multiple die.
Very nice.
I'm happy with my 4th and 1 die. I am not.
So you all hop-footed out of the broken window, and perhaps Silas, you came by an alleyway or a rooftop, that you found, and you start to lead the crew that way, making sure Friedrich is keeping up in his dazed state. And as you turn a corner, you come face to face with a trio of pretty big looking folk holding some clubs and some knives.
That's inconvenient. What are you guys doing here?
And the one in the front says, "Good evening. I believe you have something that belongs to the Circle of Flame. We'll be taking it now."
I don't know if you've noticed, it seems that it belongs to us now, but as you will. Then draws a sword.
I'm very excited.
Lorenzo draws both pistols.
How do we feel about maiming in terms of Saffron puts his finger gingerly on his booster for his wheelchair? Time, guys.
Hours.
Yeah, just give you the Scarab and you can rock it off.
God, I could, eh? I mean, that's not a terrible.
Your wheelchair up and go to the moon, boy.
See, that's it. You just pull back on it. And doesn't matter. Friedrich is clinging. Well, if Friedrich had let go of the Scarab, I could have buggered off. But somebody's clinging very tightly onto his Scarab.
You got one of those plane the sky hooks. A plane goes by and picks you up.
Yeah. There is a half pipe as well nearby.
Oh, sweet. Oh, that's really good. That's really useful. As we have done so well not killing people. Can we just maim them a little bit? I'm thinking because again I've got my wheel plates. I might just take out the ankles. I'm going to go for.
The scythe chariot wheels.
Yeah, I'm going to go for the shins.
Or you can do a group skirmish action if you want to.
Oh yeah.
Saffron rolling skirmish.
I'll
just take that stress then now.
He's going to roll a critical roll, right? And he's a critical success. And he's going to annihilate all of them, one fell swoop.
That's it.
All right, looks like Silas is leading group skirmish action then.
What did we decide is for?
Oh, I've got nothing in skirmish, by the way.
I would, yeah. I mean,
you can do it on his own, by the way.
I have pips and finesse because finesse requires about handling a vehicle or mount, which gives me extra. I'd be better independently finessing a bladed wheelchair attack independently than rolling on. Well, I guess suppose we would want it to succeed. We want it to succeed the overall thing. It's just the stress. Can you take any more stress? I've got any.
That's right. He can afford to take the stress if he needs to. If it happens.
I can assist you though for free.
But if we're going to do,
I can assist you by shooting. Right?
Yeah, but it's true. I mean, Olly's right. For simplicity, we do one attack, which is the group attack. It's just more. We want it to succeed. We just need to get the pass. It's just. Yeah, I apologise for my skirmish.
I think Lorenzo assisting Silas also makes sense and is probably mechanically better.
I think.
Well, you do. If you assist, and I just do my own finesse attack. If there's three of them, if you guys go for two, I go for one.
I think it's better just because everyone's skirmish apart from Silas is rubbish, right? So you're going to be taking a shit ton of stress for that.
Yeah.
So Silas walking into battle going, Saffron, you take the one on the right, and Saffron's like, woo, woo.
Yeah.
I just gotta fill my blow dart.
Fucking Professor X over here wheeling around.
But on the flip side, Olly likes a nice simple one roll. So unless we do it very quickly.
No, I mean this could be a chance for me to use a clock to simulate a battle, an actual skirmish itself, which you could all attribute to with different roles if you prefer.
Let's do that. Sounds like we're more up for that. Using our independent set of skills.
Lorenzo, are you doing your own thing or assisting?
I will assist.
I will assist.
All right. Position?
It's desperate.
Effect? I have my fine hand weapon, sir.
Yeah, so let's calculate this. So you're tier 1 at the moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
These guys are tier 7.
So your and then your fine weapon adds you up a tier to tier 2. These guys are a cohort hired by the Circle of Flame who are tier 3.
Ooh. Ooh.
So as you stand, it will be limited effect.
All right. Well, it looks then like we're pushing ourselves and getting increased effect.
Okay.
That's what it looks like. It's a standard.
Yep.
All right.
And you're 3v3, so quantity doesn't matter.
Way, right?
No, it's pick one.
Fine. All right.
And Lorenzo, you're assisting or no?
You're assisting.
I'm assisting, yes. Drawing both twin-barreled pistols and dumping rounds downrange.
We've developed a Lorenzo Silas combo now, right? Silas going in, dodge and weave like a wolf, and Lorenzo.
Almost imagine you're going in first, whash, and I'm following up behind, just like, double tapping everyone behind.
I think they're starting to look like quite an effective unit
this week. A lot of sound effects.
All right.
That's nice.
Definitely take that extra dice, makes the difference.
Yeah. So let's see here. You did get a 6, right? Yeah.
I did.
So let's.
That was desperate as well, wasn't it?
That was. Thank you, Lorenzo.
So Lorenzo assisted today.
I was only pausing to think if I should assist you or not, because I was thinking if I do my own role, I could get XP for it. But no, I'll assist.
What a team player over here.
I'll
Hell
assist.
yeah.
Well, I've marked down the clock, which is also hidden, because there are no HP bars in this world floating above their heads. But I think narratively wise, I think you managed to close in and disable one of these people, these thuggos.
Saffron flicks a switch, the side blades fold down, and then aiming himself directly at one of the left stragglers, aiming for a little bit of a kind of chariot slice on the across the ankles, the shins, engages the booster for maximum damage.
The booster.
It's time, guys. It's time. Now the way I understand, I think the wheelchair is the wheelchair is. I can't concentrate.
Let's all do our impression.
Go to the wheelchair. The wheelchair is tier 3 from what I crafted, but does that mean it's? I know that's weird to say, but does that mean it's tier 3 when I crafted it? It was tier +3 to be Sparkcraft. That just mean it's tier 3 even though it was crafted at tier 3. That sounds like
it is tier 3.
Yeah,
but it is not a tier 3 combat weapon.
So what does it mean when it's? So there's nothing to do with its quality. So it just as a tier 1, there's no something being fine. How do you make something fine? Is that just what it is? Oh, all right, cool. Well, anyway,
or you can, I don't know, long-term project it. I don't know.
I might. So I'm just attacking as a tier 1.
A fine wheelchair.
Well, it's like what I did with Smoky Bacon. Made it like a. I don't know. Made like what did you do with it? You made like a
scope and a
weapon or something.
Silencer.
No, there was like thing to make it like a
relic or something.
A relic or something. It made like an actual thing that couldn't be like destroyed or replicated. Anyway, so I'm just attacking as like a tier 1 dude.
What was it called? Trademark weapon.
Trademark. That's it. Yeah.
Anoint it as well. Get it blessed.
It was blessed.
It was a lot of things.
The other tech priests were marveled at it.
It had its own datasheet.
Oh wow.
Really long.
Yeah.
So I'm attacking just a tier 1. So the quality of the actual gear makes no difference then.
Not in this fight, no. And
Fine.
Yeah, I don't think the acceleration is going to be good enough to.
Well, I mean, it needs to happen to do damage. Otherwise, it's me just rolling at them with the laser. It's more just. It's making it happen. It's not necessarily doing more. It wouldn't really do damage if I just wheeled into them with the blade. It's more making it it's carriage pieces. If a carriage drove by with those spikes on, it's that kind of kind of damage. Cool. Okay. I'm going to roll finesse for that because finesse is party vehicle, which is what I'm doing. So here we go.
I love you explaining how your wheelchair was signed.
I haven't used it yet. This has been a long time coming. It's been a very long time. Again, not killing, going for the ankles, trying to take out the,
Let me put on the gladiator music.
Exactly. Position.
Desperate.
And so effect will be
limited.
I can't make it. I was going to trade it.
You can push yourself.
Position for effect. Yeah, I can't. Position's already too low. I can't. I don't have the stress for it. Limited, he says. A limited size to the ankle. I think if it knocks them down, that's pretty good. I think. They're pretty good. All right. Sure. Okay, here we go. Ooh.
Saffron, I choose you.
Yeah.
Okay, success with a consequence.
Limited
a desperate consequence with a limited effect. So this is. I'll tick one.
I love this game because it's a success, but it's such a bad success. It's brilliant.
You do a bit of damage to one. Maybe you definitely catch them off guard.
Great.
Diddly do, and it slices one of them in the back of the leg. So I've ticked down a segment of the clock.
Right.
Also, you are scorched, which you should be remembering when you roll.
Sure.
But
I don't know how it would affect me just sitting here pressing buttons. You know what I mean? I don't think that would really limit my ability to just press a little button there. That's my feeling.
I feel like you're more like Mad Max than Captain Kirk.
That's a fair point.
So I think, unfortunately, the desperate complication is that the one who you sliced just turns around to see you, trying to come around again for another go, and he just whacks you with his club.
He does.
And you take a
level 1
double
club.
check.
I don't make a level 2 club.
Check. Well, these guys are 2 tier higher than you.
Yeah, so you've said.
Oh my god. I tried to control F harm, and there's 229 mentions in the book.
If that doesn't summarize this game, what does?
Just trying to make sure that I don't give you something too bad. Well, not too bad, but
I agree.
Bad enough. Come on now. Consequence and harm. Yeah, it's going to be a level 3 harm.
What? I'm sorry. What?
As he swings, and you put your hands up, and the club comes down.
Put your hands
and
up.
it breaks your arm.
Jesus Christ! So is that because of the desperate consequence? Is that what amplifies the?
Yes.
The desperate combined with the tier disparity.
And the limited effect, yeah, as it's a kind of a fight. So
yeah, this wasn't worth it.
Why not just get like a Gatling gun to come
Well,
out
look, again, I could use my blow
Bring
dart.
Vargy back.
I could use my blow dart, but it's very boring. I do that a lot, so fine. Broken arms, that might so a level 3 broken arm. Is that what we're saying?
Yes.
That doesn't sound helpful. I need help, apparently, according to the sheet.
Yeah, so that basically means that you.
But doesn't it move? No, doesn't it move? Wait, yeah, tell me. Doesn't it fill up from the bottom, or does it?
If you get a level 3 harm, it's a level 3 harm. And level 3 means that you are essentially the same as Friedrich. You're unable to take actions now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We know what Saffron's doing in his downtime activities this time.
We are using the new healing rules as well. So
good.
Do a clock and everything's good. So
great.
But yeah, you're screaming in agony, or as you roll,
just passed out,
roll along the alleyway.
It's an instant just morphine injection into the arm. I think just like no,
nice.
I'm not dealing with this. They'll look after me.
like a space marine. Immediate.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly.
Immediate treatment.
The auto stim deploys.
Yeah, the chair just like syringes you like
exactly.
from the side.
His nose. Well, I found it fun.
I think we all enjoyed it to an extent.
Good.
Silas and Lorenzo. And I imagine you've told Friedrich to you sort of sat him down against the wall. But I imagine one of them is now the one's like, search that one. You're searching for the Scarab.
Silas is red mist descending upon Saffron being so brutally wounded by these thugs.
So.
He says, "You will not lay any hands on the Emporium." And he gets out his little Ray Distance file.
Oh, God, here we go.
After taking down his guy, he's like, "Swing, crunch time. It's go time, boys."
Or boy, who is left?
Uno boy.
There's 2 left, right?
I mean, sorry, you've got Lorenzo left.
Oh, right, yeah.
Are those the boys you were talking to, or you? I thought you were talking to your boys. You're talking to the enemy boys.
No, say to the others, you don't lay a hand on the
okay.
Emporium. As his surprising, below the surface affection for Saffron sends him over the edge.
I mean, he's a frail old man. You probably think this might be it. Like,
this is definitely like in terms of like Silas's actual like what he thinks about fighting and like strong should fight strong kind of thing. This is one of the things. This is like why it kind of sets him over the edge. Hitting an old man with a massive club. when he just like whizzed past you and scuffed your boot.
Seeing Silas pop the rage essence, Lorenzo's gonna kind of move back, pistols drawn, and actually kind of guard Saffron's body, like standing in front of him with Gus, ready to take anyone attacking Lorenzo or Saffron, while Silas just goes mad, I reckon.
Cool. Anyone guarding Friedrich's body? You know, the person who has the Scarab that we came here for?
Saffron's just been beaten by a club in the face.
Well, the arms.
Ribs are pretty heavily.
That's a lot of human compassion
stressed
going
out
on
and
in
passed
this,
out.
like, hardened criminal gang.
He's our paternal figure, isn't he, Saffron?
All right, Silas, what are you doing?
All right. So, how would you interpret the effects of the Rage Essence Vial in this case? Still going to be desperate. It greatly enhances the user's strength and resistance to pain, and also has the drawbacks, which I think we know.
Yeah. We'll give you the +1 effect.
+1 effect. Okay, cool.
So you pushed yourself last time, didn't you?
Yes, I did, and I won't be doing this time because I don't have the spare stress.
Yes, so you can do standard effect.
No plus dice.
Yeah. Yes, but it depends, obviously, how quickly you want to end the fight, obviously.
I will assist again.
Okay, so that costs you 1 stress, does it?
No.
You can't do it. How many times can you do it in a score?
Twice per score.
Okay. Checkmate, I guess.
Yeah.
Well,
alright, so plus
I'm
1
always
dice.
looking for a way to use it. I generally find it hard to find a way to use it apart from in fights. So if I'm in a fight, I'm going to use it.
Fair play.
All right, let's go. As Silas flies into a rage. Fucking hell! It's a thank God. Once again, Lorenzo's +1 being the thing that makes all the difference.
That's true, yeah.
Crikey.
You do have a consequence, though, this time. So I'll tick down the clock again for the success based on how much damage you've done.
Don't hit Saffron. Don't accidentally hit Saffron.
The old classico.
The red mist descends on Saffron.
Does my rapier fly into his body by chance?
Can I step back? Because because this is a desperate consequence too. Are they going to get their arm broken?
Well, I mean, we haven't decided yet, Mikey. Just sit back and
I'm just
be
stepping back
patient.
and thinking how
you know.
dramatic a level 3 arm is from a success. I'm just suddenly computing it all suddenly, and it seems very peculiar. But let's see what happens here, so I can compare and see. Because suddenly I'm like, this actually seems really fucking. I was like, this is not a 1. I succeeded.
Yeah.
Anyone would think you
want to take this
would like to see retribution brought on your fellow.
No, I don't want to. It'd be very weird here, but surely here there should be. Yes, you succeeded, but your arms get broken as well, surely.
Oh well.
Surely. Well, let's find out.
Let's find out.
After the campaign in 2 years' time, we'll put it through a rules tribunal and see if who was right in the end. Was it fair? Was it not fair?
I mean, narratively, if you were to hit a frail old man with a wooden club and then like a built ex-policeman, who's going to take more damage?
But it doesn't matter. We're the same tier. There's no. I mean, I guess we talk about tiers and being. No, I am. I'm thinking because again, the way I look at it, it was a success. The way you said, like turn around and attack him again, which I never said. I agree, but the limited effect should be it doesn't do much damage. The desperate consequence. I guess that is a very desperate consequence. Get my arm broken.
YouTube viewers, you have my permission to skip ahead 10 minutes.
Well, let's see the desperate consequence for the team here.
Well, Silas, tell me what you were actually doing in this action role, and then we can sort of narratively say what the consequence is.
So I think when Silas has his essence vial, his certain finesse goes out the window somewhat, and so his charging attack becomes less of a sort of duelist fight and a sort of hacking with his rapier, but also going like brawling style punching with his gauntlet. So I think he's going in straight for the one that attacked Saffron and attempting to pummel him. Well, he probably is attempting to pummel him to death at this point because that's what his senses are at.
Rage essence, yeah. The Essence of Rage by Silas Templeton.
I'd read that.
And Lorenzo, you're assisting by sort of firing.
I'm guarding Saffron's body, kind of like not like directly shooting the targets that Silas is, but more so if anybody's going to go for me, or Saffron, then I'm gonna take them out.
Go
Just 'cause
for
I know
me.
Silas's like rage essence feels
Yeah,
like
like-
he's gonna take these guys out.
Bottlenecking him for Silas.
I just have to shield the wounded.
All right.
And Lorenzo respects his elders, remember, being a mafioso. Saffron's the new Don. Spoilers.
Spoilers. Well, I think since what they said was to go and get the Scarab off of Friedrich, and
Yeah,
nobody
thanks,
was protecting Friedrich,
Good thinking.
the desperate consequence is that the third one, who is still up, grabs Friedrich, wrestles the Scarab out of his hands, and starts booking it down the alleyway.
Can I take a devil's bargain to have some kind of free action against that?
Can you resist it?
I can't do anything by the
Yeah.
rules, but I'm asking for the rules to be bent.
Me too. I've got a few things I'd like to bend. That's okay.
Is it Silas'
Your arm.
arm as it didn't breaks?
No, it's like succeeding and getting my arm broken.
Yeah, apparently chat wanted Silas to lose an eye, so
Which
but
would be mad from a success.
look,
You would think.
salty Saffron.
No, but what the hell would, if I roll a 1, what would have happened?
You would
I'd be
have,
I would explode. The entire
you'd
space
have-
would just explode.
your action was to attack and do
Yeah.
damage, which you did.
Yeah.
If you rolled a 1, you wouldn't have done any damage, and the consequences would have been the same.
That's a very good point.
Essentially, I think you rolled a
Well, one, that's
success
2 or
with
3
a
would be.
consequence as well. So
2 or 3 is just a failure.
1, 2, 3
is
for
critical.
failure.
1, they're all the same. Cool.
Yeah. If
Fair.
you rolled a 6,
Fair.
you would have dodged the consequence.
So to my point,
Yeah.
Friedrich is in kind of still in a bit of a trance-like state right now. He's still half in one world, half in the other, very confused. The only thing in his head is, I will die before I let anyone take this thing from me. He doesn't even fully understand or consciously know what it is at this point, but it's like he would die to stop it. So yeah, narratively it would be cool for him to be able to do his equivalent of a rage vial and be like biting and scratching and kicking with his fucking hidden blade, which he's got in his boot, and anything he can do to get this guy. And he might fail, but narratively it would be nice for him to at least be able to try to do this one thing, even if he doesn't understand what he's doing. But I understand if not, because we have rolled a bunch of bad dice, and the story will go on.
What about a prowess resist roll?
I mean, as per the rule, the rules say you can't do anything when you suffered a trauma. That's kind of the baseline we're working with. I'm trying to think if there's something. Okay, so here's Devil's Bargain. I'll let you do a resolve resistance to hold on to it long enough so that you basically keep him there and he doesn't manage to start running away. So Silas and Lorenzo will have a chance to attack him. But the Devil's Bargain is because of the trauma and your sort of exertion, you don't get any XP from this score.
Ooh,
Because your mind is like just not shattered, but like
messed up.
messed up, scrambled. Yeah. I
But
don't know
that's
how much
still
you've
a
earned this
resolve-
score.
That's still a resolve roll, which if I fail, nothing happens. Correct?
Yeah.
It's a good
No,
one.
I'm not going to do it because
Wow.
there's an almost zero chance. Like it's a success is what is a 4, right?
You gotta roll 2 4s.
0 dice, yeah.
Oof.
I think there'll be more fun. Like
You had to take it in Warhammer. 2 4s, hit.
for the sake of that cost, there'll be more story in trying to get it back from the Circle of Flame.
To be fair, he's not said he's escaped. He's legging it.
That's true. Another one of the characters could trip him up, stop him. You know, maybe someone might give a shit about the Scarab of Sarakai that we came here for. Please, said man that hurt his knee.
Not Silas.
He's
busy.
I'm not going to take the bargain. Friedrich is flibberty-gibbeted, and this guy very successfully wrests the Scarab off him.
Right.
And Friedrich screams in confusion and despair.
And you mine flickers in and out of the blinding hot desert and the cold, damp alleyway of Duskfall.
All I know is that the one thing that I went there for, the one thing that feels most important in the world in this moment, has been taken from me.
Yeah.
And I don't know where it's gone.
Yeah.
I'm right here.
Don't push it.
The Scarab.
Silas is already trying to save Saffron, the most precious thing in the world to him.
Oh, you.
To be fair, you know what would be good right now is a wheelchair that goes faster than a carriage.
You're gonna rub it in, yeah? This is where you're going. You've decided this is the time.
He's not rubbing it into you, mate.
Silas, you're to roll to dump him up the chair and take it yourself.
He knows how much I'd fucking love to boost off with this chair. I'll have a good chase scene.
I love the idea that Silas would then turn around, grab Saffron, and hightail it down, pushing him at godlike speed. But sadly, I don't think it's going to be currently within his wherewithal to do.
Can we just hit the self-destruct button on the wheelchair and I'll let off the 500-pound bomb within it, and we just do
Doesn't have one yet.
Whale oil satchel charge or something.
Next MOT.
Leviathan oil IED.
And then it's like the Batmobile in Dark Knight, and it just a little, even smaller wheelchair comes at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And Saffron's there on like a clown's bicycle.
Balancing.
Yeah.
Or maybe like roller skates come out of it.
Oh yeah, that would.
A little skateboard, maybe.
The possibility is endless. Sparkcraft is amazing.
Yeah.
The things they could do these days. These spark crafters.
All right. Silas, Lorenzo. The guy's booking it with the Scarab.
I think it's going to be up to Lorenzo. Silas is probably still not completely nonsensical, but brutalizing the one that attacked Saffron.
Isn't the bloke still above Friedrich, like wrestling it from him?
No, he's had it. He's off on his way.
That's what would have happened if Friedrich would have taken the devil's bargain and succeeded in the role.
So I imagine I just hear footsteps that are running off behind me. Shit.
Yeah.
See a
get him soap.
Friedrich.
Yeah. Activate slow-mo.
Is he running like down the street, like up, like behind me? Can I see him? Do I have good sight?
Yeah. You can see his back running away.
Okay. He's gonna
electroplasmic bullets, is it?
I wasn't even gonna go there. He's gonna unholster his long rifle. Silas just smashed in the face of the other geezer. There's no reason for me to spare this guy's life.
Well, I mean, it would have more stunning effect to a tier 3 target, I imagine. I'd give you increased effect for it, for electroplasm bullets.
Was then they'd probably knock him unconscious, but I mean that's what they do if they're effective.
Yeah.
I don't. You're just trying to get me to use them for the wardens.
Yep.
Bugger off. I'm gonna shoot him with a bullet.
I think you should look for trouble. Use the bullets.
I'm killing a man, and last time I killed a man with this rifle, his ghost possessed me nearly. So
that is true.
Pretty dangerous.
Sounds like a League of Legends character.
It does.
Doesn't it, Daryl?
I think that's Lucian, isn't it?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
He's like haunted.
shattered aisle guns.
But yeah, I'm gonna shoot the geezer running.
Oh, Viego, yeah.
Play the ruined king.
Yeah. My beautiful wife. Right, well, it's desperate consequence. Sorry, desperate position. No, risky position, because he's not going to turn around and fight you.
What's the effect?
Block you for some.
I'm going to say the effect is... Are you trying to kill him?
I'm gonna say disable. So I'm gonna put a round through the leg.
Okay, smaller target. Let's say limited effect.
Does that mean if I succeed, I won't do it?
I think if you succeed, you won't fully stop him. Hang on, no. Let's get this right.
Kill the bastard.
Let's get this right. I'm trying to make it so that it's a smaller target, right? So it should be a harder shot. But if you succeed, you will like disable him and make him fall over.
Yeah.
There isn't really a mechanic for increasing difficulty in that way, is there?
No. So let's just say it's limited effect. So you'll need a 6 to do it.
Or you can shoot to kill.
To be fair, Silas is already killing somebody, so.
Yeah, I'm just gonna aim center mass anyway. There's no reason to. It's gonna kill him anyway. Any shot's a disabling shot if it kills him.
I like the way you think.
I'm not using electromagnets. I'm not trying to save his life. I've got the options. I'm just gonna shoot him in the chest.
Okay.
Or aim for it. You say risky.
Yep.
For limited, but if I'm shooting in the chest.
I think it's standard. You're shooting a guy in the back with a rifle, so.
And he's gonna. Can I trade position for effect?
Yes.
Great effect.
Yes. Okay. Well, it just goes straight through his head. Splat. Drops like a sack of spuds. 2 for 2. With.
I'd like to hear about how Lorenzo takes this shot, chasing after him, and
So unholstering the rifle, very, very, very adeptly, by the way, very, very smoothly, like a very fluid motion. He does this almost in one motion, in a few split seconds. Raises his rifle, loads the slug in to the breech, lines his sight up, and he whispers a command that none of you hear. But Gus immediately sets off for the man, and the bullet flies just behind Gus, hitting its mark, and then Gus going to strike him, attaching to his leg, and then as he's drawing his last breaths, Gus retrieves the scarab and brings it back to me.
Nice.
Good dog.
I imagine we see like a 360 sort of camera rotation around Gus as he's kind of running in slow motion, and then the bullet kind of goes through his ghostly form and just overtakes him by a second or so. As it,
I was thinking the Guardians fight scene, the corridor fight scene at the end. See Gus jumping over the bullet with his like spectral Alsatian form jumping out in front of him.
Yeah.
For his target.
If half the Guardians were incapacitated on the floor. All right. Well, you've got the Scarab.
Woo! But at what cost?
As soon as I get it, pretty slobbery, but I go and place it in Friedrich's grasp
Oh.
straight away.
Aw.
Because I see him still beside himself and think that maybe it'll give him some peace.
Shit. I mean, he snatches it off you as soon as he sees the kind of glitter coming back close to him. He snatches it right off you without saying a word, and then like blinks a few times, and then like looks up at you and goes, Lorenzo, that's your name. You're Lorenzo Vincetti. You
It is.
brought
Don't worry, my friend. We'll have a drink soon and forget about all of this.
I don't remember. Where are we?
Well, we're on a heist. We're gonna get you somewhere safe. Don't worry, just hang in there, mate.
I think you mean amici.
Yeah.
I think Gus haunches go up, starts growling, and then you hear a second later the barking of the blue coat dog patrols heading towards your position. So you feel the need to escape from the scene, and that is the end of the score.
Fuck me. That was a
Quite a
pretty
spicy boy, wasn't it?
heavy duty boy.
Did you feel like Ollie, like last time you thought, I don't think it went wrong enough for them. As soon as they get out, I reckon we'll jump them.
Well, I think it was when I was listening back to it, and then in the engagement roll, you wanted the +1 dice for the help from the Circle of Flame, and I was thinking,
Yeah.
yo, they're gonna help, all right, at the beginning.
Oh, I see. So they're going to rob it tonight, are they?
Yeah,
Interesting information.
yeah,
We did
yeah.
kind of go back and forth, though, didn't we? A little bit, didn't we? As well, we ruminated on that concept, didn't we? About like asking them to help, but they probably want it. I feel like we didn't even discuss it, right?
I definitely did in the end, though. I remember.
You let the genie out the bottle.
Because I mean, mechanically speaking, we got a dice for it, so it happened.
That's true. We might not even got it out at all. Woof! Quite a.
Can't wait
Howdy
to see
do.
what Friedrich does with the Scarab now.
Better be bloody good. Better have magical arm healing properties.
Well, the thing is, boys, and I don't feel like I shouldn't have to remind you of this, but it might not do anything. It might literally just be a doodad.
Oh yes.
better do fucking something, I tell you.
The Jade Elephant. Brings good luck, I'm sure, this Scarab, right?
Yeah, rub its belly.
No. Who's a good little scarab?
Send me back to Eruvia.
Yeah.
Oh, and you see a young Saffron Monkshood running around his Aruvian village, holding a poisonous cactus stem.
Jabbing everyone. Yeah.
I remember, it's my school. Here's all my friends.
It's not Christmas anymore. We're not allowed to do that.
Shit. Save it for next time. Cool. Well,
I got it, even if no one else did.
let's
I'll
do.
always get your references, Ollie. That's my promise to you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm sure Lawrie gets them. He just doesn't laugh.
What?
He's too cool for that.
You'd have to repeat
Too cool
it.
for my millennial cringe. All right.
Give me a hint.
Well, let's do some payoff. Let's jump straight into payoff. What a treat! You also see that I've given a -1 with the Circle of Flame, as you've just found out they are interfering.
We
That
definitely
seems
found that
appropriate.
out.
So in terms of rep, let's have a look. See, you get your 2 rep by default.
Oh wait, this should be good though, from what I remember though.
you get +1 for your smuggling thing.
Yeah.
And
That.
I'm gonna give you 2 more for knocking off a Brightstone building.
Okay.
Hmm.
So that does interesting stuff.
Which is a higher tier as well, kind of thing.
Did you click on something? Did I click on something?
I don't have it open.
Something just happened. Did someone else clicking on it?
I opened it, but I haven't clicked anything.
It's just clicked. It's just locked up a whole. But there we go. It's better.
I'll just close it.
That was weird. I've now lost track. I think we've only knocked off one.
You've got 3 turfs, so you should.
It is 3 knocked off. 3 black bits knocked off.
Yeah, you should have 3 bits blacked out.
You sure?
We do.
Yeah, you got 3 turf.
All right.
So
Then we already maxed out. I think we were one off. I think we were one off. I think.
Wait, so the more turf
Fuck
you hold,
you.
the less rep you need per tier to go up.
Yep.
Oh.
But I remember thinking last time we were quite very confused. You sure we have 3 ticked off? I'm not even playing, I guess, but
you were,
I guess it makes
you were
sense, 3
pretty
months.
close. So you can choose
Yeah.
to go up a tier.
so I'll back up there. So I'll give it. So we said what 2 rep plus 1 rep, so 5 rep. You say?
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. So I'll stop it. Stupid sheet. Being very weird.
Step by check.
Okay, so that's 1.
Yes.
I'm going back to the start. I'm going 2, 3.
Well.
Oh.
Are you?
Oh, well, we can't necessarily, can we?
Are you going up a tier? You have to pay for it.
Well, we've been preparing for this, right? That's why we got
Patron.
patron.
Yes, but you still need to pay.
Yep, half the coin.
Half the coin, so it's 8 coin.
So which is fine. We have 4 in the vault, so everyone's chipping another 1, and
Half
we're
the-
That seems doable.
Half of these bloody crows still.
no. This is to tier up. This is just yeah. What's
Well,
the
we got our tithe though. It's like a
yeah, what is the
one-
money rep?
That'll be after that.
What does the money represent going? Is that a good point? Is it like going into like dumbbells and training equipment, or is it like what is that? What is the money represent?
Yeah, I think it is like literally like leveling up your gear and
Cool.
your
Yeah.
cohorts and all this.
Cool.
I imagine the
Your
actual
digs.
Emporium shop looks less shit as well. Or the back
Oh,
room.
that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Probably, maybe even have like a mushroom sofa.
We might have got like the toilets might work now.
Mushroom upholstery.
Yeah, we got a little cafe going on the front. Maybe like a little bookshop.
Yeah, like just a little one.
Like that.
Maybe like a community library
Love that.
for crime.
Friedrich
So
would very gladly do a part-time shift running the Damned Emporium.
Yeah.
But-
Saffron might have to,
We
isn't it?
could have a elders chess club as well.
Oh, Saffron would like that.
Rich.
So wait, so chain events. I've given us 1 rep. We've hit full rep,
Mm-hmm.
so we can tier up. Now, is that because we've hit a new rep, or is that because we've hit a certain level of rep? Can we always tier up whenever we cycle through?
We
Is
were
that-
already strong.
You go like tier 0 week strong, tier 1 week strong, tier
That's
2
it,
week
of
strong.
course. Yes, that's why. Because we're at strong, we can go up. I get you. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm ticking 2 on the tier, which is very exciting. I'm putting us down. I'm putting us down to week 2.
Yes.
I'm clearing out 4 coin from our
Clearing out the vault.
group coins.
And then
Everyone
we
is
all give one as well. So I clear
everyone
one.
needs to take off 1 coin from there.
Okay.
There as well. I've taken off my 1. Everyone playing fair.
Yes.
Always play fair.
Lorenzo, have you paid your 1?
Pay my 1.
Yep. That's a no.
Is that from my own personal
Yes.
stash?
Yes. And we are going to chip in for the tithe as well soon as well, so I figure that one out.
I paid.
Selective
Lovely.
hearing this boy.
That's minus
So-
2.
-1
Mine's
each.
still just minus 1. Okay.
Yes, there was 4 in our group vault, or at least coin pocket,
Mhm.
and we all paid 1 each, so I paid 8, which is half to level up to tier 2 week. Oh, mate, that's really cool. So we don't put another black blob on the rep because that's not turf, so that's fine. So I'll just chuck another 4 on there. Is that the rep? All
Yep.
happy with?
Yeah.
Cool.
How expensive was that?
8 total. It would have been 16 if we hadn't done. Remember, we haven't done the patron perk.
Right, yeah.
16 next time.
Oh
Oh,
god.
no, 'cause it's 8 times tier, so it'll be 24 to 12 next time.
Oh, it's not too bad. Yeah, sorry, yeah, seems like a reasonable jump to me.
Yep.
Who's up?
And do we have a decision as we hit that point? So if we don't have the money, we have to wait till we go around again, or we can kind of hold it, or
I think if you don't pay it, you just stay at max rep.
Interesting. So we'll make that cool because that can hold us back.
Any like other spillover is goes to waste.
Cool. Yeah, we've actually done something that we've done a rep, so we probably want to get another new cool thing next time. So anyway, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, and then you did not get any coin for this job.
No.
No one swiped any other artifacts or smashed any
Didn't have
more
time.
loot.
Shit, we thought
Didn't have time. We didn't have time. I would have loved to. We couldn't have had less time to do that.
And you do need to pay your tithe,
Oh.
which is I'm not going to treat you as tier 2 for this. Treat everything as tier 1 because the score you was doing was at tier 1. So it's 2 coin to Baz.
How do we
Right,
calculate this
got
then?
an
Now
idea.
this is yes.
How about it's time for us just to put our foot down and say no? To Baz,
Mechanic-
not to Olly, not to OPDS. to Baz.
Mechanically, I don't know if we can say no.
Enough
Or
with
if we can
these
say no.
rules.
I mean,
No, we can say no.
No,
go
I
have a meeting with him and say things have changed now.
I-
We would like to renegotiate our terms.
My understanding is this is a standard like how tier costs level up. It's just what it is. It's not like a narrative thing we've set up. Is that right, DM, or is it actually?
Yeah, it's basically they expect it as a crew operating out of Crow's Foot. This is just how the underworld works in Duskwall. You can refuse or not pay. I would then start a clock, and consequences will happen. And they are your only friends currently.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying we just don't pay outright. I'm saying
What
we
the
go have a
grind
meeting
does.
and discuss it with them.
Can we at least get down to
Because-
1 maybe?
Because we are equal tier, but we have just grown a lot as a gang as well. And we are more
true.
powerful than we used to be.
I'm all for that. Making our next free time or downtime, going to have a meeting.
Action to delete rules from the rulebook. I like
Well, that's
it.
the question.
I say
Is it-
we pay it now and then plan any next moves relating to Lamlax.
The rule is most districts have crime bosses that expect smaller crews to pay a tithe from their scores. Ask the GM if there's a boss that you should be paying. Subtract coin equal to your crew tier
we
plus
didn't ask.
1 when you pay a tithe to a boss or a large organisation.
Tier plus 1. Oh, so did they actually go?
surely, because it's a narrative-driven game, we can just go with that, right? And be like, we can go have a meeting and talk it out with him, and then in the game he can be like, no.
It's tough though, right? Because it's like saying, oh, narratively, we actually want to pay less for our leveling up.
I mean, I think in effect what you're saying is we refuse to pay. That's that mechanic.
Yes.
Play basically, right? Where there will then be consequences.
Yeah.
I agree with Milo. We pay this time and then strategize. I also agree with everybody else that we do want to stop being dogs' bodies and paying protection to a bigger gang, but that's another step along the way. And we don't want a war right now.
And you're saying it's going to be tier plus 1, so it's going to be 3 coin going forward.
Yes.
So it actually goes up.
I'm not even saying we should war or.
No, I agree. I'm all for it.
We should discuss the possibilities of.
War isn't always shall we war? Yes, I think we should war. If we stop paying, we get our legs broken. Unless we're ready to fight to stop our legs being broken.
Yeah, but my point being is that when we started, when this deal was made, we were nothing, right? We were
Sure.
shit. And now
But
we've come a long way.
It's a deal that's in the rules of the game, though. So that's the only problem. It's like again the cost we just paid to level up. We can't just narratively say well, actually, we're not going to pay that much. We may as well
It's
just
the
kind of
mechanical
set.
incentive to get you to keep doing heists.
Yes,
okay.
but or at least check or to do heists that give you money. Theoretically, which if we earned a decent coin from it, it wouldn't be quite so impactful. We earned nothing, so that's quite a big.
Yeah,
hit.
we need to step up our game in money
That
making.
said, yeah, I agree. Pay it, but we should make this either downtime or free time or whatever we do next round. Try and negotiate that down if that is even possible. And Ollie, you can let us know. Sounds like at least if we can resist it,
It's possible.
possible.
Can we?
We also may be able to refuse to pay for a time and expend some of our goodwill with them and so on. Like there might be other things that can happen that don't involve us just like saying, "Hey, can we roll a persuasion roll to ignore that rule forever?"
Sure.
So I think there might be things.
On the more practical side of it, how are we going to pay for 2 gold from 4 people?
So how much gold you got, boys?
I got
I have
gold.
1. I have 1.
You have a gold from me.
I guess the only fair suggestion we all put 1 back into the vault, then we just pay out of the vault, and it's kind of.
I have just done so.
That works actually. It's
Alright.
not the vault.
So I'm putting there's sort of I'm full, but I'm taking away my last coin, and the vault has 4, and then I'm taking away 2. That's maths
Very
there,
elegant
guys.
solution.
Thank you. I'm just doing it to be up penguin 4.
Look at us playing like a team.
So
Yeah,
who's
look at that, no,
so
no
everybody
bitching, no moaning.
everybody just put in 1 coin to the
to the vault, yep.
shared vault. Okay.
And then it's come away. So it's kind of we've all kind of doesn't know who's paid the 2.
Okay.
It's a firing squad of paying our bills.
It's
Yeah.
the joint account. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
We use the Emporium card.
Yeah.
We've all topped it up.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. I swear we have to have this conversation every time that happens, but basically what would happen if you don't pay it is the faction status would slowly tick down. So you have some headroom. If you wanted to be gamey about it, you could afford to not pay it a few times, but you'd have no longer a level 3 ally.
Well, incentive is to because I mean that's well, the theory should be though we are higher tier, which we also going higher tier tasks with more rewards. So our theoretically, if there was 1 more, we should be earning.
Yeah.
Let's say at least 2 more per score than we usually do. So it should balance out. We need to be a bit more
Tax incentive system, isn't it?
Yes, we need to be a bit more.
We're equals to them.
Good point.
Well, we're equal to them in tier, but
paying
not
them for
necessarily
their
in terms of how we run the district, right? They have more territory, they're more established. Like I think the tier represents different elements of things. That's
Yeah,
how
it
I
means
see
if we
anyway.
we fought some lampbacks in the street, yeah, we'd probably leave them footing, depending on, as we said before, like what kind of lampbacks. If they're lampblack soldiers.
But it doesn't mean they're the same sort of size of organisation.
Tier means the scale of the gang as well. So tier 2 would be about 10 people, right? It's the same as us.
It can mean scale, but yeah, as Milo said, they'll also have the benefits of ruling Crow's Foot as well, and all that stuff.
I like where your head's at there, Lawrie. I'm a big fan of this.
We could pay them in another way. It doesn't have to.
No, agreed.
And that's what I wanted to go into the meeting with the idea of.
Just do a score for them.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Just do exclusive scores for them. You don't have to pay any tithe. Easy.
But also, I agree that
Winning.
they are tier 2. While that doesn't mean, like I say, that suddenly we are equal. We are closer to being equal.
And although voting to be the Lampblacks busboys is not our sort of ambition in general, it also might be good to fill the coffers at some point. So I think there's options.
Yeah, I am all for having in the back of our head as we progress from here. What does it look like if we clear out the Lampblacks as a long-term project, but without a clock? Just more like we're keeping an eye on it, we're thinking about it.
We wouldn't want to try and usurp our only allies until we were in a stronger position than them, rather than like we might win.
Yeah.
My downtime activities are going to be plotting big heists on the Lampblacks to take all our bloody tithe money back.
I love this. I'm a big fan of this. I support this intensely.
Can you guys stop being such typical PCs and just play as characters who are established in this underworld where these rules are respected by the characters?
No.
That is a fair comment.
But thanks for asking.
Oh dear.
We're among thieves, right?
Yeah, mate.
Yes, exactly.
Code,
no, actually, you know what? I think it is good to have because I mean, I go right back to the start. Well, our ambition is to to rule Crow's Foot. Like that is still the ambition. So
is it?
almost the top. Yes.
Is it?
Yes. It's not to be like. It's not to
Did
be
you
like
not- I thought it might have changed after your taste of war. I don't know how many of the characters actually enjoyed that process.
It all worked out all right.
We
I never
don't
got
have
my
to war- We don't have
I-
the war to rule Crowsfoot. There's other ways of doing it, right?
Yeah.
Deception and
Sure.
scheme and politics, right? We
Yeah.
don't have to just
And also
kill
just
everyone.
business.
It's true. You can
Like
just
there
marry
are other
Basil.
ways of making coin and getting influence and stuff.
It's true. I mean, to be fair, we need to probably build up our other allies, right? Build up the grind. If we build up the grind and the loss behind us,
Just go and take over the district one over, and then you can,
We don't
have
know-
your
we don't know
and
what's
then
over.
you and the Lampblax can fight for that territory
we
together.
don't know what's
That's
over
probably
there.
even scarier, yeah, probably.
We can have a bigger garden and a bigger shed than the Lampblacks. Hell yeah.
You could take over the docks or Char Hollow. It's next door.
Charlo doesn't sound inviting.
Crowsfoot or nothing.
Char Hollow.
That's it. We're taking White Crown, boys.
We feel that the docks do sound quite appealing.
Silas is always at the
They
bloody
also
docks.
Our own boats.
They also rather make sense for a smuggling organization.
Yeah, but
yeah.
the Emporium is in Crowsfoot.
For now.
yeah.
For now,
I'd never
It's true.
expected
It's true.
Saffron, you'd
The
just say-
Emporium is a people, not a place.
it's a movable feast.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
mean,
it's like the Last Jedi. You are the rebellion.
it's true. It's a fair point. Who rules the docks? I'll be up for taking the docks.
I'll take the docks.
I'll
Go
have the
ahead.
docks.
It's
I'll have the
like,
docks.
probably like privately
Any
owned
change
by
for
the
next time?
Leviathan companies, right, or something.
Don't know if it's gonna. I want to say the bill hooks, but I don't know why.
Just because the name is cool.
The bill hooks.
It's good because it sounds a bit like bollocks.
It does. It's a bit naughty, isn't it?
Bit naughty that.
The docks. Doesn't say who rules it on the page. I'll find out.
Well,
next
that
time.
means it's a freebie then. Right. We know in it.
Moving in.
Dunzo. No, okay, wait. Yeah,
Well,
I
that's right.
all right. I see. Well, we again, it accomplishes both goals, which is obviously both beef ourselves up. We put more effort into rather than at the moment taking down the Lampblacks, beefing ourselves up. So, what does it look like if we get the grinds and the loss actually to fall in step, and they actually kind of, are sub gangs of ours? We take a tithe from them. Huh? Is that not a thing? That's surely that's possible, right? Is it not?
Yeah,
Surely we have a
maybe.
sub gang. The Lost are only tier 1. Surely, what's that like? And we're friendly with them enough, right?
Who?
We take them under our wing. The Lost.
Oh yeah,
Take them under our wing?
that tier 1 gang.
Yeah. Surely we can form an alliance to take on the Lampblacks at some point.
Aren't Foghounds like under us? Because we've got their
They're destroyed.
They're
leader.
gone. They're gone.
No, we've
They're
got
out.
their leader working for us. Sailor
But she's the only one left. She's a
It's hard to
person.
describe it as a sub gang.
Just
Yeah,
a person.
We can build them up.
She's a turf.
She's a
No, we
tough-
only have free turf. We only have free turf.
I mean, that she's just like weirdly, randomly turf at like.
It's canon.
Okay, cool.
Can we add that turf to our tracker so we need less rep? Is that possible?
It's what?
There already is on our tracker.
What?
She's our first turf.
Oh
Yeah.
right, I see.
She-
Has Olly
she's-
realised
she-
he's being funny yet?
She's the. She's
Can we
the.
have an on the wrong side of history clock?
I don't know if we all figured out we're being funny or not.
Slide of history clock. I had a very interesting conversation on the Blades Discord about featuring certain themes in games, and I know it's easier for us because we've been playing for years, so we know we're kind of not squeamish about any topics, but I always feel like that have to, just because it's a grim setting doesn't mean it has to be street level grim.
Hmm.
Like turfs and racists, it's like Doesn't need to happen.
You're the one that just said she was a turf. No one else introduced that.
That's
he
just
just-
wordplay.
It was very good wordplay. It's to the point I'm very confused still if we know if we're even telling jokes or not. Anyway,
She's like, Friedrich, you should read my my well-known children's novel series.
boy, have I got a Twitter thread for you.
There's lots of great mentions of boys and girls' toilets and mannish hands, strong
Manic-
jaws.
Manic hands.
I listen, me and Jay have
long
listened
beak
to the Harry
noses.
Potter audiobooks at bedtime on repeat for several years, mainly just Stephen Fry's voices.
Yep.
Honey melted over one's brain. But
Brr.
you get very conscious of some of the bizarrely specific gender wording in Rowling's work over that period of time. Like, if you ever bother to read Harry Potter again, and I'm not saying you should, but if you do, pay attention to the way that Rita is described, because it's bananas.
It's all the stuff. It's all any physical stuff. It's all very. He was very fat and very, very chubby, and his fingers were very fat and chubby. His hands were chubby. His feet were chubby. He's very chubby.
Fat people with
She really
burning
does.
passion.
That was that good Sean video about it, wasn't it?
Amazing video, that one. We
Yeah.
watched it many times. He's such a funny boy.
Funny lad. Right. I know you're trying to distract me from giving you heat, but I'm afraid it's heat time.
Well, look, to finish the conversation, I think, have an eye on it. I think I like the idea of trying to build up,
Okay.
build up the grind of the loss behind us, and please let us know about the docks because I agree. Like, if there is an easier piece of turf to take, land.
Yeah.
New goals, new crew goals.
So it's for the crows. It says they own all the turf in Crow's Foot, right? So it's kind of like Crow's Foot is a place where there is like, if you rule it, you have all the turf kind of thing. But I think other areas are more like patchwork, different factions owning different bits. So they may not. Some places might not have bosses, but I'll have to look into it and see.
But the crows aren't in control of Crow's Foot anymore. It's the Lampblacks.
Yep.
Is there a possibility for us to become the boss of a turf, of a like an area? Is
Must
that
be,
a
right?
possibility in the game?
Sure. I don't know at this time how it would work, but it's probably something that could happen.
Put it on my
If
list.
we're in the position where the Lampblacks are, then we're getting other gangs paying us money.
That's what I'm saying, mate.
Income simulator, hell yeah!
Which number attempt is this now?
47.
Well, if we were.
What do we want? Imaginary money. When do we want it?
Well, we can scoff, but
Can
actually,
do it and we can't.
the literal end game of the game is to retire with lots of money. So I mean, like,
Yeah, but yeah. But
It's
technically,
it's a conflict between what feels like the obvious and efficient thing to do in order to become stronger and gain more money, and to play the game as it's presented.
yes.
Basically.
let's do fewer scores that give no money as well, just to start. Let's keep that as a.
Yeah, the
let's keep
problem
that as
with
a-
passive income is you may as well just retire then and there because you're
No,
like,
no,
I'm
no,
not
no,
going to
no.
do any more scores. I'm
But
out.
what if we just be sensible and say, okay, we can just not do scores, but that'd be really boring. So actually,
Yeah.
we're gonna have this, but we also will do scores.
Yeah, we're going to rack up
Yeah,
our lifestyle. Will be so ravenously expensive that of course we have to do scores still. It just would be nice to feel powerful and own the docks as well. Anyway,
Yeah.
get back to us, on those docks.
I think, yeah, I think ultimately we have to play to play the characters and the story that the game wants us to play, and if we're not wanting to do that, then we change game. Essentially, we're not going to D&D this mother and try and fit
D&D
square
this
pegs
motherfucker.
into non-existent holes.
Poetry in motion.
Yeah.
Sure.
So heat.
So heat. One heat.
1 plus. So baseline.
Sure.
Ugh.
This was loud and chaotic and high exposure. You can't convince me otherwise. So that is 4 heat to start.
Jesus Christ. Do we have any? -2 heat per score. There we go. So that's good. So we'll calculate at the end.
Yeah, but that's cancelled out by us killing people in this score.
Hold up.
Yeah. What's that from?
Our cover
Operation.
operation. And also we got our vice then as well. Tier roll minus heat equals coin down. Oh, yeah, yes, we get coin down. Anyway, sorry. Carry on, please. 4 heat.
4 heat. Plus
Carry on,
1 for a high-profile or well-connected target. So you're already going to get plus 1 heat for being on hostile turf, which Brightstone always is counted as.
Jesus.
And then plus 2 for killing was involved just at the end. So that's going to be 7 heat minus your 2.
Minus 2. It's 5 heat.
So 5.
Lovely. Okay, pretty substantial. Cool. We had to do our vice then, though. Tier roll.
When you on 1 heat?
It was clear when I went onto it earlier. Because we remember last time we had the... Yeah.
Okay. I trust you.
Because it was... I was surprised to see it, which is why I remember. Because I looked at it and it was clear. And I thought, oh, that's surprising. But I remember we cleared quite a lot because of this whole shenanigans last time. Yes. So yeah, the vice den is tier roll minus heat equals coin and downtime. So that's the roll just 2 and minus a heat from it.
You want to do that now?
This isn't downtime, but while we're here, we might as well.
I think we've been doing it after the session, so yeah, we can do that now.
So is that just roll 2 and just literally the number of dice, or it's going to be like successes minus heat? So like if you roll a 4 and a 6, it's 10 minus 5. Is that what we're talking about, or?
Yeah, so the only way you're going to get coin is if I roll a 6 on 2 dice, essentially.
So it's so if you have more than 6 heat, there's no way you can ever earn coin.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely not like if you roll a 4 and a 4, it's 8 minus 5.
Nope.
You sure?
I've never added our dice together before in this game, I don't think.
I think he's sure, you know. I'm not.
It seems weird that it would mean that you can get past 7 heat and just not that device then is just irrelevant. Well, that makes sense, I guess. If you got
I think getting more than 7 heat is bonkers. So
yeah, that does make sense. All right, roll a 6 then, mate. Let's get a coin.
I've already rolled. I didn't get a 6.
But of course you bloody did. Why did we let you roll? I was gonna roll.
God, I feel very, very. Like there's some heat in the group right now, as well as in the game.
Exactly. You did break my arms.
What Saffron, you can go to prison next, huh?
One frail arm is broken.
Just the one.
Look, our Nan breaks her wrist all the time.
It's true.
But she does make a massive fuss about it. Makes a massive fuss about it as well, to be fair.
Bit of Savlon, it's all right.
Yeah.
I think she does it for the attention.
Wow, this stream just became very like anti Olly and Laurie's Nan.
To be fair, it came from them, so they're allowed to. It's family.
I guess so.
It's family.
It's
Respect
like she
your
doesn't
elders.
watch. Doesn't even have a smartphone.
Doesn't have a smartphone.
That's true, actually. Chat saying, Daryl saying, Saffron, you can use this as an excuse to build a hidden blade inside a arm cast. That's cool. Get your assassin's blade.
Yeah, it is kind of cool because it's that classic, just like, no, I'm a weak old man.
on a Sparkcraft coil.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
You made it turn it to your advantage.
Fast.
I love it.
Is it run by a tiny old granny in it as well, powering it?
I haven't invented a tiny human yet, but as soon as I do, I'll certainly put them inside an arm cast.
Honey, I shrunk the Lorenzo. Right, I'm rolling on this entanglements chart that I found online.
Oh, God.
So
it's not over yet.
It's not over yet, and then we will do XP, and you can be happy. So first roll is 1d6 plus wanted level, so it'll be 1 plus 1. 3. Low is good. Low is good.
But that is 2 is a real 2 there.
Yeah, because this is fan made stuff, so they
Gotcha.
they
Botcha.
They can't be relied on to be, sacred game designer John Harper. And then I roll 1 to go along the column. Oh, that is not good.
There's the 6 we wanted, guys.
6 is high. So what was the first one? 2 plus 1 is 3.
There we
All
are.
right, let's see.
You break the other arm.
Can I resist your fortune roll?
Can I what? Can you what?
Can I resist the fortune roll?
No.
That was a joke.
No.
No. Oh, well, this one says, can't use that one. I've got to re-roll. Have another go, it says.
Oh, weird.
Do it again. What? 5. 5.
That's higher.
Thrilling,
higher.
thrilling radio. Right. This sounds good. Crisis of Vice.
Ooh.
A new vice purveyor takes hold among one of your cohorts. You can either allow the vice to flourish, pick 1 extra floor for your cohort, or fight it, lose 1 rep, mark 1 level harm on your cohort, and mark 2 ticks on a 4 clock. The cohort rebels.
Sorry,
Ooh.
that was way too much information. Do
Yeah,
we even have
yeah.
what? Which cohorts do we have?
So we have one cohort.
Silas's slammers.
Okay, so the first part was there's a potential vice. You can let them flourish, which is another floor, and then I didn't quite catch the other options.
So it's a floor, or you lose a rep, and the cohort takes a harm, and start a clock with them rebelling.
Interesting.
And let's see who this vice purveyor is going to
Seems
be.
out of my pay grade.
I think Madame Tesselin has
Oh,
lured
wow.
the Silas slammers to her pleasure house and given them some discounts, and has been sort of fanning the flames of some dissidents.
Welly, welly, well.
Yes.
I don't like that at all.
What an entanglement.
Quite the entanglement.
Oh well.
I feel entangled.
I mean, it's obviously that it's not just Silas's decision. It's certainly a party decision, just because they're sort of his sort of thing. But Silas would not brook any dissent. I think, wanting some discipline from his group. But that would be his vote, not his decision.
Is
Oh,
that
I
gonna
think
be
Silas
through-
gets to decide what to do with his boat, boys.
I think so.
I think so as well, but I feel like you're just going to beat one to a pulp.
It does seem likely that that's where the harm comes from.
I don't think that Silas would. I mean, he might make a show of letting there be a vote, but if we voted that we should give them all a pay rise and a present to keep them on our side, I don't think Silas would do that. I think Silas would do what Silas thinks is the best thing to do.
They're very much Silas's.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Milo.
No, I think you're probably right. I think he would probably go with the intention of appearing democratic, and if it didn't go his way, he would probably just disregard the result and maybe try and discipline his mob by a different means or something. But or something. But yeah, no, you're probably right.
Nice. So are you fighting it?
I believe so.
All right. Well, lose 1 rep and mark 1 level harm on your cohort. I don't think we have a cohort sheet yet.
No, we don't.
And I can track it on. Well, we can set one up, or I can just keep it tracked on my sheet.
Yeah, I'll.
Where I have just some notes on them.
Yeah, we'll investigate if there's such a thing. Cool. Well, go on, Lawrie.
I think on your character sheet, below your skills, there's a box for your cohorts. I've got my dog there.
Oh, is there? Oh, like with the dangerous friends.
Yeah.
We could put them in there with some notes in there.
Yeah, because there's okay, so the top is the name, and then below that it's a hover, and you can choose gang, elite, or expert. And there's a text box. I'm not sure if you've got the same one as me.
Doesn't. I'm not sure I do. I'll have a look.
Send a screenshot.
All right. Well, let's do some XP.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yes, I don't have that.
Crew XP.
Crew XP. Yes, let's do crew XP first.
At the end of each session, for each item below, mark 1 XP. Did we execute a successful smuggling? Score. Yes.
No.
Did we contend with challenges?
Smuggling.
What do you mean no? It was
You
smuggling.
did not smuggle anything. Michael.
What do you call that then?
Michael Danger
What do you
Powers.
think
You
smuggling
cannot.
is?
You
Just
cannot
getting
argue.
getting something out. All right. Well, is it acquiring new contraband sources?
No.
To be
All
fair,
right.
Mikey, there's like an actual like thief gang, right? There's a thief crew where.
Oh,
all
yeah,
their
that's a
XP
good
is
point.
I
stealing stuff.
think it was about 2 weeks ago we established that smuggling specifically has to be getting something from A to B
tell you
with
what.
transport as the activity.
Yeah, we went there, got it from A.
No, we did a
the
heist.
museum to B. Yeah, it's a heist.
Michael,
Okay, well we did.
If someone robbed a museum. If someone robbed the Natural History Museum.
Yeah, you'd
Just
say,
like-
"Oh, what a good smuggle they did." You'd say, "Oh my god." You'd be like, "Those smuggles." That was so.
Oh, we're surrounded
What
by
would the
smugglers.
headlines be in the paper? They would not
Smuggled.
be smugglers attack Natural History Museum.
Look out for smuggles.
Those damn jewel
Um,
smugglers.
Right. Well, 1 point for contending with challenge above our current station.
They smuggled the crown
Thank you
jewel.
very much. Did we bolster our crew's reputation or develop a new one? I mean,
I mean, I
you
think
seem
so.
to imply in the rep the whole hitting a museum in the middle of Whitechapel, White Crown. Was
Yeah,
a
I
big
think
deal.
the White Crown thing is the key here, right? Like that. If word gets around that the Emporium did a successful-ish job in White Crown, that's
Just edit. If no one hears any of the details about how we did it, and they just hear, "Oh, you did it," I think that's a great,
Devil's advocate,
poster.
you already have done a score in White Crown.
Did we?
Yeah, what does that?
That was
does
where
that mean you
the ambassador, Iruvan ambassador, lived.
So now everyone's like, "Oh, they've already done that. What's something
Yeah.
new from them?"
Yeah, yeah.
Difficult sophomore album. I don't know if that's going
Derivative.
away. Surely they're like, they did it again? Whoa! What the fuck, man?
It is
Surely.
great, like break into Fort Knox and it's really secure.
Do it again. Do it again. People will be like, those guys are
A
crazy.
little bit
No
season
one's saying.
1 for my taste.
Yeah.
Also,
don't
the
see
hardest
it.
place to break into is.
But if you all, honestly can say that you feel that's the case, then sure.
No, I forgot we'd already done it.
I wouldn't make. a
I
case for
would.
it.
You're not making a case for it. I
No,
would say,
I think it's good. Like it's a good score, but I don't think it's like big new reputation.
Yeah, I would say
Like
if
a
it
little
was
gang
on,
does amazing
Parakai
things.
is super famous because
I
I had to spend ages researching it.
The question
Yeah,
is
if-
like, how much of this heist was actually heard about locally? Like, did the public actually hear anything? Was it in the papers or?
maybe local. But that's what I'm saying. If it had gone better, and if like it'd been something high profile, like you'd stolen like the king's crown jewels from there, then perhaps. But yes, no, I'm all right to let that one slide. Did we express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew? One day we're going to get this XP point, but I don't think it's today. But I was going to doorball again. I had the idea too. If we had the time and the energy, I was going to doorball the walls. The classic, you've been hit by the Emporium. Do a bit of that, a bit of the fear striking in. I did want to do that, but the world conspired against us.
Yeah. Yeah, if you had done it, then it definitely would have been like, no, I risked things getting worse just because I wanted to do
Yep.
this thing.
Exactly. And also, obviously, Silas wasn't here, but obviously, we did say we have that. Have we had any actual work conflict come about the whole Silas actually kind of dobbed in Friedrich to the flame? Surely that's going to come up. Or is that
Oh,
kind of
it's
resolved
going to
now?
come up. Don't
Good.
you worry.
Good.
This
Well, I
downtime, maybe.
I guess we need to keep an eye on as well, right? Because of some like our characters, we can get crew XP outside of schools as well.
Hmm.
right?
Yeah, this should be every session. Actually, we're doing this.
Yes, it does. It does say session. So yeah, we should keep an eye on it. I don't think it. I mean, so much of it is school dependent, but the expressing the goals drives that.
Yeah.
That can. If the inner conflict happens, that can certainly be something to look out for.
Yeah,
Cool.
I think free time and downtime we can just do it as we go, and then post score it's a good time to sit and do XP. Otherwise, it kind of slows things down.
Definitely.
Cool.
Well, that's just one XP for the crew then.
Yep. You're just a bunch of smugglers
That's us.
on land.
Maybe
Smuggling.
we should do a crew change and change to hawkers where we're actually stealing things more often.
We say this,
Should
but
be
then
stealing more than smuggling anyway.
well, then we need to realign ourselves.
Yeah,
Well,
more
the-
like to smuggle more.
To be fair, the souls were smuggling, and we're going to be doing more of that. So that is kind of a bit more.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you need
So
to do
we are-
that next. Otherwise, Lorenzo's
exactly.
getting
So we are definitely
soul
doing a
soul
smuggle.
burn.
We're definitely doing a smuggle next. Right, XP then. Right, where are we at?
Right.
I imagine Lorenzo's mark is probably like getting brighter or something as time goes on.
Yeah.
Maybe even burning him at some point, reminding him to get a fucking move on.
Yeah. A little. Don't forget about me.
I was reading about the Dark Mark today in Harry Potter, which is
Oh wow, we are really repping
Pretty
Harry.
simple.
I'm sorry I started this.
What did you learn, Lorenzo, about the Dark Mark?
oh mate, I was on a whole Wikipedia train. I was going from link to link to link, you know, as you do.
It's not that complicated though. It's just a skull
Oh no,
face.
but just reading about like Dementors and
Sure.
all the wild stuff.
The trouble with that is Harry Potter's universe doesn't stand up to a tiny bit of scrutiny.
No
Yeah.
internal
So
logic.
you get to the end of the
whatsoever, no
Wikipedia
world
trail
building.
and be like, wait, what?
What?
There's a lot of flaws.
All right, cool.
beyond obvious.
So in terms of player XP,
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming everybody's
I
marked
got
their
some.
desperate.
Go for it.
Everyone's marked their desperate XPs.
I haven't done that yet. Let me go back and check. There's a few. Let's see.
So Friedrich got 2 desperate XPs.
Lovely.
There was the arm break in finesse.
And I'm going to go first because it was my like
Go for it, mate. Go
Scarab
for it.
score. So I think I've got 2 extra XPs as well. One because I addressed the challenge with stealth or evasion. We snuck into a museum to rob a thing, and Friedrich did stealthy breaking and entering. And
finesse.
1 because I struggled with issues from my trauma.
Yes, by getting one,
Mm.
yeah.
By getting one.
You did struggle a lot there. Yeah.
I mean, I got the trauma before the end of the score, and then a significant part of the score, i.e. the fight on the was strongly affected by Friedrich being like, "Ah!"
Yeah.
So I'm having an XP. I don't care what anyone says. And okay,
You can get an XP and care what someone says.
well then I will do both.
No
'cause I
need to
care
no need
what
to
you
break
say.
down the
bonds of brotherhood and trust.
the rules of physics.
So my desperate action XP takes me to playbook advancement.
Nice.
Remind me what that means.
Wait, the desperate XP is going into your skills.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, my bad.
Yes.
Okay.
I do that all the time, mate.
Yeah. All right.
They go
so
into
I've
the
got-
relevant.
Okay. That's cool. So the 2 of those then take me to fill my resolve trap.
Nice.
So I'm gonna get finally a pit
Sway.
in sway.
Nice.
Nice.
That's
That,
all I have
that
is
feels
one.
that feels like something that will be of great benefit.
It feels like something Friedrich should be good at as well, which he's
Yeah.
not.
Welcome to the 50% success rate club.
Yeah. He is now literally bang average at convincing people to do stuff. Right. And then my first pip of playbook XP, or end of score XP, whatever, takes me to filling that track. So what do I get for that again?
So you get one of your special abilities, including Veteran, where you can take one from another source, or you can tick. No, wait, no, that is just it. I'm thinking of.
That's fine because that's what I want.
Yeah. And do you know yet, or should we come back to you?
No.
All right.
No, I'll decide.
Anyone else ready? Got any
ready.
XP?
Easy for Silas, usually. 2 for prowess. 1 for resolving a situation with violence. And then I'd like to make a case for getting another one for sort of the combined effect of him being ruffled by Saffron and then discarding our general policy of not killing anyone by deciding to succumb to his fighting rage and murder someone, even though it's not part of the plan.
What's that under then for the XP?
Issues with your vice and traumas.
And your vice is fighting?
He goes to the fighting pits.
It's clever how he's connected the two there, the strength and the weakness. So he gets XP for double dips every time.
Well, to be fair, I'm not sure I've got one under that umbrella yet.
Yeah, no, I think that works. Yeah.
I'm just marveling how you came in for 5 minutes of score and got the same amount of XP as I'm going to get.
I'd say ask yourselves where the party would have ended up if they didn't have Silas.
Well, all right.
With more dead.
To be fair, if Silas had missed this session last week, he would have gotten 0. So.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, not much happened last week. Yeah, it's a fair point. It did all kick off this week.
All right then, Saffron, you're telling me you're getting 4, are you?
No, I got 2 prowess, 2 prowess points. Got on 2 different rolls. I'm taking 1 for addressing a challenge of technical skill, which was trying to defuse the window locks. So that was a bit of tinkering there. Now mayhem. Well, I get mayhem. I'm gonna make a pitch for charging a man down with a bladed wheelchair as mayhem. I'll leave it to the judges to decide.
Probably not in the way that tinkers think of
mayhem.
mayhem.
Mayhem. I think it's supposed to apply to wrecking generally. It's supposed to bringing down a roof or knocking out a thing. So I do. It's fair. If that is the case, then I will leave it at just the 1 for the technical skills. I mean, technically, I helped Friedrich with the lock picking. Did you, Friedrich, not get a point for the lock picking, or was that what you? Oh, you gave it for the whole kind of score.
I got 1 XP for addressing a challenge. I mean, I don't think I lock picked 2 separate locks. I don't feel like I should get 2 XP for that.
It does say. I mean, but what is your thing? You address the challenge because you can get marked 2 XP.
The challenge with stealth or evasion.
That's weird as stealth.
So you can interpret it either way. I choose to interpret it the less favourable way.
If it said you approach the situation with lockpicks, then I suppose.
I think they assumed that a game about criminals would involve several lockpicking.
Yes, that is true.
Moments in every score.
Rare is the burglary that requires only 1.
Bloody daylight robbery.
The only thing will be technical skill will be when I assisted Friedrich with the lock picking, looking for the sparkcraft traps and whatnot.
No, I don't think so. I think if it made a difference, I think it would maybe. But do you know what? To be fair, you did. You melted the power button of the window. Do you remember?
Yes, I kind of count. Well, that was all kind of one thing. They're disabling the lock. Not to cut myself off. Again, that's not really technical or mayhem, really. That's more just finesse, which is kind of neither, unfortunately. But thank you. I appreciate the stump for it. Otherwise, no, I didn't get to express beliefs, drives, heritage, or background, and nothing with my vice or trauma. Besides injecting myself with morphine as soon as I got my arm broken, but I wouldn't say that was a struggle.
Right, Lorenzo. And then I'm going to describe one thing, and then we'll end.
I got the assist with Silas, which is the XP for violence.
Yeah, I'm not too keen on this XP for assists. because you're essentially risking nothing. You're just spending 1 stress.
It's a tough one, isn't it? Because
I mean, I'm addressing a challenge though.
Are you
With
addressing a
violence.
challenge?
So
You're
they're
simply
addressing a
assisting
challenge.
Silas addressing a challenge. You're not taking any personal
We're
risk,
both
which is the
addressing-
issue.
but he could have done it separately, but it would have been worse for the group. So he's kind of taken a bit of a hit from that. So it is a tricky one, right? Because he could have done his own attack, but Silas could have also done his own attack. He just
I even said it at the time, right? I said I could have hunted him, shot him, got the XP for a desperate roll. But I
Is it
didn't.
the
I did
consequences?
this 'cause I was going to help more.
if it had been a group roll, we'd be fine with that counting as a.
Yeah.
So I
But
think
that's worse for us.
No, I don't think
Well-
a group roll would
I
count
think
it.
the flip side of it is that without
we-
those helps,
we-
we would have failed. But didn't you say at the time that you would rather take the help option than take the XP?
If you said that,
I
I
thought-
can't
no,
back
I
you up,
didn't
mate.
say I'd
If
rather.
if I'm put,
No.
tell me if I'm putting words in your mouth. That's what I thought
No,
that's what you said.
Very close. I didn't say I'd rather. I said I will because that's the better thing for me to do. I wanted to do the self-act action and get the XP though.
Take 2 XP, 1 for the rifle shot, and then 1 for the series of assists with Silas.
That was-
But I think going forward, I think addressing a challenge, I think you have to address a challenge with an action roll of your own
well,
for XP
in that
gains.
case- in that case, I would have said just 1 XP from the violent actions because I can only get 1 XP per score from being violent, right?
No,
Well,
it's
you get
it's
two, Mark 2,
yeah.
twice.
2 if you did it multiple
okay.
times.
All right.
It's interesting though, because then the risk factor. I guess the difference is that the action that Silas took, if he'd failed, he'd have had the desperate failure and consequence, whereas Lorenzo would have been sitting back. I suppose is that what we're saying?
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that actually is that's quite. There's someone who just has his arm broken by a thing. It is. Yeah, it would be quite frustrating if I got an XP for helping you because I gave you a little push as you wheeled off. It would be. Yeah, it would. I think that's probably fair actually. But hey, yeah, going forward.
And then I've got another argument I'm going to try and make for another bit of XP. So, Lorenzo's a family man, been mafioso, loyalty's drilled within him. And I want to say, as soon as he saw Saffron go down, well, not as soon, but basically pretty soon after he realized he was in pain and injured, he went to guard him, went to protect him from any more danger being incurred upon him, showing his devout loyalty to the group. And
Is
his
that what-
beliefs.
I like it because that was actually a detriment because they bless them, Silas and Lorenzo rally around Saffron to the detriment of the school, which is the fucking guy grabbed the scarabs. There was certainly wasn't gaming.
But why would you leave Friedrich to get accosted and stabbed?
At the time, I thought Friedrich was literally with us, like in eyesight.
Well,
But it's,
whose fault is that?
well, I don't know. Should I have been like, "Where's Friedrich right now?"
You could say that out of character, but yeah, I did describe him as being
Slumped against a wall.
slumped against the wall, and then one of the guys being like, "Go and search him and get the scarab off of him right now in our turn."
I think the party did have that relevant information, and Friedrich did Alex did remind. And also you acted on it, without which we wouldn't have had the scarab.
Yeah, I think not this time, but if that's one of Lorenzo's beliefs, we can remember that for future moments and reward it.
Or the loyalty in not taking the scab for himself, but actually placing it straight to Friedrich.
That was nice. That was a nice
That
touch.
was a nice moment. Don't need to make it like you were doing it for gamey reasons. Just do it because it was a nice thing. It was a nice moment.
It was a nice
That's
moment.
reward enough.
Yeah,
The
it's
game
true.
wants you to dig and try and argue your XP where you can, so I'll keep doing so until I figure out how to get some fucking XP from these beliefs.
Do it in
I will get XP from these beliefs and drives.
My tip
One
is to
day.
do it in the score. Make it very clear that you are. I'm
Like you have to
doing this
you
trade-off to do this
And remember,
thing.
you don't have to. You have to.
shout
You can
it
get,
from the rooftops that you're doing it. I believe in this cause, and this is why
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
should.
not kill this guy.
Yeah, you should.
remember, you can
that's
do it. You can do it in downtime and free time as well. Remember
It just-
these
it just-
things.
Seems awkward though.
No, you
I
just say
agree.
out of character. This is what my character is doing because of these reasons. This is what the belief is. This is where it's coming from. It's like, if you're reading
Yeah.
a book, you would get that insight of the character, Everyone would
Like the
enjoy
time-
that moment.
The times that I've had,
See.
the times I've had XP from expressing beliefs and heritage, usually do hating Aruvia and stuff like that. I've been pretty explicit about saying, obviously, because Saffron hates Aruvia in his backstory, he reacts bad to this, and it kind of not to game it. It just again comes out kind of
Yeah, but-
naturally.
You also
Doesn't
got
feel too
XP for
confident.
just taking drugs in mid heist.
Yeah, that was nice. That
was the tutorial mission, to be fair. But let's end on this one thing. Silas, when you were dressing down your cohort, and I think afterwards when you send them off to with their tails between their legs, I think Belk asked to speak to you, and he says, Templeton, there's probably something I've been meaning to mention to you. When we was in that Red Lantern, very nice establishment, must say. Not going to go back, of course, but yeah, it was very nice. We did see a figure entering in there and having a meeting with the madam herself, and I think you ought to know that this person, not exactly a friend of ours. It was Mr. Belk.
Mr. Belk.
Sorry,
Ah!
You are Belk.
I totally fucked it up. Mr. Flint.
No.
Colluding. Enemies colluding. Right, and we'll end on that.
Lovely. Bum, bum, bum.
Alrighty. Yeah, a little bit drama. All right, sweet.
Cool.
Thank you very much, Ollie.
Right.
Saucy session.
See you
Thanks
next
for saving
time.
the day, Silas.
Yeah.
Next time for downtime of stress, heat, and healing. Removal. That's
Downtime
about it.
and 45 minutes of arguing about rules. Oh yeah.
Whoop, whoop.
Welcome to the narrative gaming. All right.
Well,
Alrighty.
very traumatizing for Friedrich.
Go watch out for those jars, mate. Go watch out for those jars.
Yeah.
Warm up
Weird
my...
mummified testicles in him and stuff.
Is that where the magic's contained in the testes?
Oh yeah. Do you learn that in biology?
Your tickle abilities now.
All right, guys. Catch you next
Alrighty.
time.
See you,
Catch you later,
pals.
dudes.
Bye bye bye.
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 Cheers, Ollie.